Remember when you ran away and I got on my knees and begged you not to leave because I'd go berserk? Well, you left me anyhow, and then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha, they're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away.
Well, hello, everyone. How are all of you out there in YouTube land doing today? Now, I appreciate you stopping by to watch this update video on the Angry Vet, Kevin from Bel Air, Maryland. Now, day before yesterday's video, everyone seemed to like that video except for, well, a couple of lens lickers and, of course, Kevin himself. Now, he made a comment on the video detailing some things that I want to go over, and he even made a threat to me, which he has now deleted that comment. I don't know why, but thankfully I was able to save it earlier, and I do have it. So we're going to bring you the receipts that we have that show the proof is in the pudding. Remember WTF Broward saying that to me? Remember him saying that he was going to sue me for defamation and slander and that the proof was in the pudding? Yeah, he went away after I made a video showing him the receipts I had. Yes, the proverbial proof in the pudding. It's funny how they do that, eh, folks? So first, ladies and gentlemen, let me open my mouth and insert my foot for a minute. As I was just informed yesterday that it appears that the SCARS organization is now legitimate. And it was approved by the IRS for 501c3 tax exemption status on February 6th, 2025, as you see here. So there is David T. Crafton's name on the document. He's the alleged lawyer who turned out to be a pig farmer in South Carolina. I actually looked up that name in South Carolina. He's not registered as a lawyer there. And I looked up this name in Dover, Delaware, and he's not registered as a lawyer there either. So the address that they're using is 8 The Green, Dover, Delaware. But it's the address that the organization is using. As you can see, it's a very nice building in Dover, Delaware, which houses a building full of virtual offices, not real offices. And the building is named the Delaware Company House, as you see here. This is an advertisement that it has offering their services. So I guess technically we have to give this one to Kevin, as it appears his organization is finally legitimate after all. So here is Kevin's comment on my video, on the last one that I did on him. So let's break it down and refute what he says in his comment, because there is not one thing that is correct in it. So he says right here, LOL, don't want to repeat rumors. That's rich. Well, I didn't repeat any rumors, did I, Kevin? I mean, I have receipts to back up everything I said, except for that SCARS organization comment, which I have now corrected because it appears that it is legitimate. So Kevin goes on to say, service dates 92 to 02, signed the promissory note in 1991. Well, Kevin, here are the documents that show your service, as I showed you all in the first video. You entered active duty in the Navy on March 16th, 1993, and you left active duty on March 14th, 1995. You have never stated you were in the reserves, only that you had done 2 years in the Navy. Now, you entered active duty in the Coast Guard on November 10th, 1998, and you left active duty on November 7th, 2002. That's the only active duty that you've done. Are you now saying you were in the reserves for several years? Now think about it, Kevin, because that would be changing your story, and that would make you look uncredible, non-credible, whichever it is. Then Kevin goes on to say, I never claimed to have fought in Iraq. Oh, Iraqi freedom, I'm sorry. But I do qualify for post 9/11 benefits. I wonder how I got them those dum-dum. Well, of course you are eligible for the post 9/11 benefits, Kevin, because you were in the military on September 11th, 2001. That has nothing to do with you wearing a hat that says Iraqi freedom veteran, insinuating that you did serve in the Iraqi campaign. And I think one of those ribbons on your hat is the Iraqi service campaign ribbon. But we're going to talk about that in just a minute. So Kevin goes on to say, you're also failing to mention the hat also says Gulf War. Pretty sure I own all the ribbons and medals plus others. Well, Kevin, you're going to have to show me where it says Gulf War on your hat, because all I can see is what is in the front. And again, it does say, it says Iraqi freedom veteran. So are you now claiming that you were in both the Gulf War and Operation Iraqi Freedom? And by the ribbons that you're wearing on that hat, it's exactly what you're claiming. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought up the ribbons on the hat, Kevin, because I'm about to show you are not authorized to be wearing 3 of the ribbons that are on that hat. So let's talk about the first one. The top left ribbon is known as the National Defense Ribbon. And of course you're authorized to wear it because you were in the military after 9/11/2001. So the next ribbon that you're wearing is in the top center of your ribbon rack there. And that one is the Southwest Asian Service Ribbon. Now, to be eligible to wear the Southwest Asian Service Ribbon, it says here it's a decoration presented to the U.S. Armed Forces to recognize military members who have served active duty in support of Operation Desert Shield or Desert Storm within designated geographical regions during the Persian Gulf War. Well, let's look at and see where those regions are, Kevin. Well, here's the regions right here. Persian Gulf, Red Sea, Gulf of Oman, Gulf of Aden, and the Arabian Sea if you were, north of this and south of that and west of over here. And it says that if you were on military operations from August 2nd, 1990 to November 30th, 1995. Well, are you authorized to wear it? So let's see. Did you happen to sit on a ship in one of those gulfs or seas or whatever? Or did you sit on a ship that never did anything and never saw any action? Show us your DD-214, Kevin, so we can see what it says. Okay? That would be the thing to do. So that ribbon on the top right there, that looks like the Iraqi campaign ribbon, right, Kevin? Well, to be authorized to wear that ribbon, you had to participate within the surrounding waters or on land, it says right here. It's presented to United States Armed Forces personnel who served within Iraq or surrounding waters between March 19th, 2003 to a date yet to be determined. Oh, well, wait a minute. Kevin, you weren't in the military in 2003. No, Kevin, you got out of the Coast Guard in November of 2002, didn't you, Kevin? that would mean you did not earn this ribbon. So you are a fraud for wearing it, Kevin. So now on the bottom left, Kevin, it looks like you're wearing the Armed Force Expedition ribbon. To be eligible to wear that ribbon, there's a lot of things in here, but the ones that you would be eligible maybe for is peacekeeping and actual and sanctioned missions against Iraq, Operation Northern Watch, and Operation Southern Watch. So according to this right here, it says the medal is awarded to members of the U.S. Armed Forces who, after July 1st, 1958, participated in U.S. military operations, U.S. operations in direct support of the United Nations, or U.S. operations of assistance for a friendly foreign nation. Now, let's see. The first one would have been Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, the waters of the Arabian or Persian Gulf for Operation Southern Watch, and that would have been from December 1995 to March 2003. Next thing that you might have qualified for was Operation Southern Watch or Maritime Intercept Operations, and that again is from 1 December 1995 to 18 March 2003. So I guess it really depends upon, Kevin, if, I guess depending upon where your Coast Guard ship might have been, if you were on a ship, you might qualify for that ribbon. So again, show us your DD-214 to prove that you got it, Kevin, so that we can believe you. So on the bottom of your ribbon rack there, the center ribbon, that looks a lot like the Saudi Arabian Kuwait Liberation Medal, doesn't it, Kevin? Which is authorized and presented by the government of Saudi Arabia to recognize personnel of the Allied forces who served in Operation Desert Storm between the dates of January 17th, 1991 and February 28th, 1991. Well, geez, Kevin, you hadn't even joined the Navy yet. So that means you did not earn the right to wear that ribbon, Kevin. Oh, you're starting to look like a fraud. And that ribbon on the bottom right, the last one on the bottom on the right-hand side of your ribbon rack, Kevin, well, that looks to be like the Kuwaiti Liberation of Kuwait ribbon. Isn't that right, Kevin? Well, to wear that ribbon, you would have had to have served in Operation Desert Shield or Operation Desert Storm on regular duty and participated in either ground operations, naval vessel operations, or as a crew member in aerial flight operations between the dates of August 2nd, 1990 and August 31st, 1993. Isn't that right, Kevin? So you might have qualified for this ribbon, seeing how you joined the Navy in mid-March 1993, and if you didn't get recycled anywhere, you could have graduated from boot camp in mid to late May 1993. Then you were a BM, right? A boatswain mate. Well, that means you did 5 weeks of BMA school, which if you didn't get recycled there, means you graduated the second or so week of July 1993. So maybe, just maybe, you made it to your ship over there in the Middle East to spend 30 days in theater to earn that ribbon. How about showing us your DD-214 to prove it, Kevin? Kevin. You've been caught misrepresenting your service, my man. You're a fucking fraud. You need to come clean. Post your DD-214 to prove your claims. I'm telling you right now, either you post it or I'm going to order your file today, and you know I will post it when I get it to debunk you. Now, so then Kevin comes with some bravado in his comment there. He says, you need to learn how shit works before you bump your gums about it. Well, Kevin, I just showed you all of the receipts that I have. You have your DD 214. Post it and prove me wrong before I get your records, and you know I will post it all. Is there anything in those military records you're trying to hide, Kevin? Because it will all come to light very soon. So then Kevin says, so why don't you show the actual court docs? Is it because you want to twist words for the ID 10Ts that follow you? Laughing out loud. Never did a 90-day stint in my life, but tell Taco Terry to enjoy his. Well, Kevin, the reason I generally don't post actual court documents is because my subscribers trust me to give them the correct information. And court documents can be confusing and hard to explain sometimes. But hey, if you want court documents, here you go, Kevin. Here's your case from November 15th, 2007, where you were charged with and convicted of 3 counts of felony assault first degree, 3 counts of misdemeanor assault second degree, 1 count of misdemeanor possession of a handgun on the person, and 1 count of misdemeanor possession of handgun in a vehicle. Remember that case, Kevin? The one that made you a convicted felon for the rest of your life, Kevin? The one where you were convicted of 3 felonies and 5 misdemeanors in one shot? Well, look right here. You received 2 years in jail with all of it but 3 months suspended. That means you did 90 days in jail, Kevin. There it is in black and white, your court documents that you wanted for proof. How are you going to deny it now? Then Kevin writes, as for Portsmouth, no, Kevin, or you wrote Port South, it's actually Portsmouth. Anyways, he says, tell them to thank you for the $80K they gave me for the harassment I sued them for. Well, since you like court documents, Kevin, let's look at your federal lawsuit against the City of Portsmouth and several officers. It looks to me like it was dismissed, Kevin, by the federal court and remanded back to the circuit court in Portsmouth on March 19th, 2004. Am I reading that right, Kevin? I just want to know. And as for your state lawsuit, well, let's look at the court documents because you like court documents. You filed that case on May 23rd, 2003. And if I'm reading it right, oh look, your lawsuit was dismissed on February 2nd, 2005. That's what it says, right, Kevin? I just want to make sure I'm reading it right. So did you get an out-of-court settlement for $80,000, Kevin? Since I just showed you both your court cases were dismissed, it's now up to you to prove that you got paid. Right, Kevin? I brought the receipts. I brought the pudding. So you show us your receipt, Kevin, and show us that you really got paid by the City of Portsmouth. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin writes, stay tuned for videos about that shithole. You are ill-equipped to play this game, and I suggest you check yourself and get your shit together before someone helps you find out. Kevin, that sounds exactly like a threat to me. Is that what it is, Kevin? Is that a threat? Oh, please. Well, I only got 2 words for you, bub. Bring it. Well, there you go, folks. That's my receipts on the items that the angry vet, Kevin from Bel Air, Maryland, brought to me with his comments on my previous video of him. Now, as WTF Broward said, the proof's in the pudding. Well, I just fed it to Kevin with a spoon. I hope it tasted good for him. So later today, I will order Kevin's military records from DCRA. That will put a 100% end to his claims. It will either be proven that what he's telling us is the truth, or it will 100% show that he is a fraud and a liar. And I will post his military records when I get them. Now, it may be a few months from now. I've been waiting over 5 months for the records on the Kootenai County Press from Idaho, who shot an unarmed homeless man and is now doing 39 months in prison, and auditing Mabton from Washington over there, Mr. Chris, who thinks it's okay to dox cops and their families, but when someone does it to him, he goes crying to YouTube and gets my First Amendment rights cut right off at the nuts. Now, I thought I was putting some of his military claims to bed yesterday, but no, Kevin had to go and comment on my video and lie again. And then to delete his comment like any frauditor would do, I wonder if he unsubscribed from the channel too. Damn it, lost another subscriber. And that's all I got for you today, folks. So Scars seems to be good to go. I'm surprised he didn't attack me for running down his organization. Did Kevin know that it was approved? Or do I have the wrong organization? Or maybe that pig farmer down in South Carolina hasn't told Kevin yet. Now, I'm not going to get into a tit for tat with Kevin and start making videos every other day refuting what he says when I have already shown the proof is in the pudding of everything that I have said. Has Kevin shown anything? Has he ever shown his DD-214 for verification of what he says? Well, I will post it as soon as I get it. Now, I'm sorry to bother all you good folks with this stuff because I know you all trust me. I guess this video is mostly for Kevin and his lens lickers. But I do thank you all for stopping by to watch it. I hope you all liked it, and I hope you learned something. And now I'm going to stop boring you to death and go get a cup of coffee. So until next time, you all take care out there now, please.